yes, 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 fuck, yes! I've waited so fucking long for this game. Holy shit, I am so goddamn excited. This is one of the few games I would ever buy, like, brand new. Like, game prices are fucking ridiculous, but this game right here, this shit is fucking worth it. I'm sorry, my screen's gonna go blue for a second. I'm gonna blow up my camera for this shit. Welcome to the stream, guys. We are playing God of War Ragnarok. God damn, I'm fucking excited. I've played this game since 2005. I'm super fucking hyped. I cannot wait to get into this shit. I'm so sorry about the blue screen. Give me 2 seconds. Let me blow myself up. I don't know what corner I'm going to be able to put my camera in for this series. Here I am. What's going on? So, God of War. I'm fucking dying to like jump straight into this, but I love this series so much. I've played it since the very first one in 2005. The only games I haven't played were the PSP games, Ascension, and I can't remember the other one. I played little bits of them both, but I didn't like fully see them through. Not detrimental to the story. I thought, just for anyone fucking interested, I might do a quick little recap as fast as I can about the story so far. Mainly just the game prior to this one back in, what was it, 2019, 2018, 2019. I thought I'd give just a little recap so we all know where we're at from the get-go with this story. So the main points are Kratos. He was a Spartan warrior living in Greece. He killed the shit out of a lot of people, wound up in service to the God of War, you know, got tricked, killed his family and shit, decided fuck this, Ares has to go, became the God of War himself, got fucked over by the other gods, decided, okay, you know what, fuck this, Zeus has got to go, all the other gods got in the way, so he cut through every single one of them like they were made of fucking butter, before eventually killing Zeus in God of War 3, which led us into God of War, I want to say 2019. So we've seen a much more aged Kratos. He has come to the land of Norway. It's Norse mythology, right? So I'm assuming it's Norway. A lot of time has passed. We've missed out on a lot of time with Kratos. So what we've discovered right off the bat was that he had presumably a wife named Faye and had a son with her named Artorias, or if you want to be, you know, technical about it, Boy. Boy is his real name, and from this point on, I will only refer to him as Boy until maybe like a very serious point that I need to make about him. But Faye, Kratos' wife, Boy's mom, has died. Her last wish is to cut down a bunch of these specific trees, to burn her and to scatter her ashes across the top of the highest point of the 9 realms, which as we go through the game we discover was basically one big fucking plot she had to essentially send her husband and her child off on an adventure together, knowing that it would lead them to Jotunheim and I think I'm saying that right, Jotunheim, and to discover the truth about her and Boy along the way. So she's died. Kratos cuts down these trees. When he does that, turns out the trees were magic. They were casting a magic fucking spell or something, keeping them hidden. So they become visible basically to the other gods, and we have this stranger show up. He fucking fights Kratos. Turns out like the dude's basically invincible. Kratos has killed gods and shit, but for some reason he can't get through this guy. Anyway, they end up going on an adventure. This is going to be super summarized down. They go on an adventure. They end up meeting this witch of the woods called Freya, and she's pretty cool. She's pretty chill. You know, she has a little thing going on with Kratos, but she's cool with the kid. So she gives them a little bit of assistance. They head on their adventure. They end up meeting the 2 dwarf blacksmiths who also help them along the way, and eventually they go to Elfheim. They kill a bunch of dark elves there, and they end up giving it back to the light elves, and the dark elf leader leaves a message kind of ominous saying, oh, this is a big fucking mistake. Shut up, I'm trying to tell a story here. He leaves an ominous message saying, "Oh, like that was a fucking mistake or whatever." I don't know if that's going to come back or not, but the writers for the God of War series has been so fucking good up to this bit. I can't imagine we're not going to go back to Elfheim and probably have to rip shit up there too. Welcome to the stream, dudes. So after that, we end up meeting Mimir, who's like welded into a tree on Odin's orders. He's missing an eye, but he also has the power of foresight. There's a lot going on with him. Basically, we cut off his fucking head back to Freya, reanimate him. Turns out him and Freya don't have the best of relationships, but he becomes like the coolest fucking keychain you could ever have. And we just start wearing them on our hip, having cool banter, becoming bros with them, and getting very useful knowledge off them. So that's all good shit. Along the way, we wound up getting mistletoe arrows off the dwarf blacksmiths to help us on our journey. Freya sees these, she freaks the fuck out. We don't find out until later, but turns out mistletoe is the only thing that can kill her son. Balder, who is a stranger who showed up, who Kratos couldn't kill at the very beginning of the game. We don't know that yet. But we also learn that she's Odin's wife. Kratos has a bit of beef with her now because she's a god. Kratos doesn't like gods. That's kind of his fucking thing. But she snaps back at him and she's like, well, aren't you a fucking god too? Stop being a hypocrite. So she called Kratos out. Anyway, they continue on their adventure. There's some fetch quest type stuff. It's not overly important. But we end up meeting Thor's sons. I can't remember their fucking names at all. I made some cliff notes of everything I remember, but I can't remember these two dudes' names. And there's a little bit of a fight scene. We see Boy, or Artorias as he's informally known, have a little hulking out moment. He's exhibiting some like rage of the gods power that Kratos has had in the previous games, and you know you're expecting a cool moment, but it becomes overwhelming for him. He fucking collapses. Sorry, I should be doing more. I'm getting like so caught up on actually fucking talking here. I'm so sorry. So he passes out. Kratos has a little fight with the guys. Boy isn't waking up, so Kratos takes him back to Freya, even though there's a little bit of a beef. She decides to help out for the sake of Boy. Kratos has to go to Helheim, which is Norse hell. It's freezing over, drastically different to Hades as we saw it. Sorry, not Hades. The underworld? Hades? No, Hades was the god of the underworld in Greece. Never mind. We go Elfheim. It's fucking hell. It's very cold. We get a few visions of Kratos' past as it's attempting to like mentally torture him, but Kratos he's got some thick skin. He gets through that shit. He gets back and Boy recovers, but Kratos now has to be honest with him about his true nature and reveals that he was a god and therefore he reveals that he is a god, and therefore Boy is essentially a demigod. This boosts the boy's ego to drastic levels. The kid starts becoming a little bit of an asshole. He starts fucking thinking he's hot shit. He can't be killed. I can walk over whoever I want. He even goes as far to insult the dwarves. I'm ashamed of myself that I can't remember their fucking names because they were both real bros. So I got pretty pissed off when he started hassling them. I got more pissed off when he started hassling the dwarf than he did me, and I'm its goddamn dad. But the dwarves were cool. Anyway, Boulder's back. Turns out, fucking, he is Thor's brother, and he is totally numb and like he basically hates life. He's a Norse emo basically. He can't feel anything. He doesn't feel happy. He doesn't feel sad. He doesn't feel pain. He can't feel pleasure. He's pretty fucking miserable. We get into a little bit of a fight. I believe that's actually when we're trying to enter Jotunheim, which is where we're supposed to scatter our dead wife's ashes, which is the whole point of the fucking game. But we break the gate in the process, and Artorias, or Boy, actually shoots us, and Balder picks him up. He's going to bring him to Odin as a prize instead. We prevent that from happening, despite our son being a little bit of a shit. We fucking nail Balder. we all get dragged back into Helheim. Very cool sequence. We see some of Atreus's less than pleasant moments. He kind of takes away a little personal lesson from that. He sees us killing Zeus, our father, and how it's kind of a whole fucking circle. And we get to see a little bit of Baldur's history as well, and him arguing with a spirit vision of his mother, and kind of showing up how fucked up he is mentally from the magic she cast to make him that way, which she had good motherly intentions of to protect him. So, sorry, this has gone on a little bit longer than anticipated. The game was a whole lot longer than I remember, but it's good shit. It's good shit. So, like, this is why I'm so fucking excited to play it. They get out of Helheim. We learn a little bit more about Tyr. Tyr is like the Norse equivalent to the god of war, but he has a much different vibe than Kratos. Kratos and Ares were always like, yeah, kill, 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 kill. And Tyr was like, oh, protect, learn, fucking knowledge, power, like, grow together. He's drastically different in contrast, but sounds like a cool dude. Shame he's not around anymore. Or maybe he is, and we're going to kill him too. Let's find out. But Tyr had foresight, and he had an eye that wound up in a statue that the giant world snake, I can't remember the snake's name, but the giant world snake, he ate at the start when we fucking threw our axe into the water and caused the lake to drop down, revealing a bunch of locations. I didn't really recover that in this review, but if you played the game at all, you know what I'm talking about anyway. He's in all fucking trailers. He ate a statue. Something in the statue is something we need, so we have to go into the snake to go get the shit we need so we can get into Jotunheim and scatter our wife's ashes. While we're in there, the giant snake starts getting the shit beaten out of it. Turns out Baldur's back, and he doesn't want us getting to Jotunheim, but now he's after meeting his mother for the first time in God knows how long, so he starts talking about fucking killing her. Kratos gets into a bit of a fight with them, subdues him. Boy tells us to not kill him, that he's subdued, he's not a threat anymore, to let him go. We do that. Baldur still isn't happy with the whole situation. He goes back to kill his mother once again, Freya. Freya is basically accepting this at this point. She wants it to happen. Kratos steps in and is like, nah, not today, bruh. Baldur retaliates. He ends up punching our child, which is kind of a bad move. One, because that really pissed me off, and two, our child was still wearing a broken mistletoe arrow, a strap from his satchel or whatever. His arrow quiver broke early on in the game, so we broke a mistletoe arrow and fixed the strap of the quiver with the arrowhead. But as he punches the child, he cuts his hand off the mistletoe. We're after learning he now has a weakness, and the mistletoe is now made him vulnerable or mortal, or basically he can be fucking killed. We showed off his weakness, and now he can die. And we fucking kill him. Freya is not at all pleased. She much would have rather traded her life for the life of her son, but Kratos decided to try end the whole cycle of kids killing their parents. Brutal world back then. And kills Baldur in favor of saving Freya, while simultaneously turning her into an enemy, a dangerous one at that. She's a god too, but you know what Kratos does to gods. He's done it to like 50 of them at this point. So I'm really hoping to see Freya in this game too. I'm so sorry. I can press continue. Like, how do I leave here? I'm done.
To enable screen reader, press square button.
Yeah, I don't need to do this shit. Everything's done. How do I continue on?
Reader on.
No, off. Okay, we should be done. And that's pretty much summary done as well. So I'm going to end this video once I'm finished. We kill them. We enter Jotunheim. We discover a prophecy that our wife Faye obviously wanted us to discover, that she was part of the giant race, or I think they're like giants slash gods. So Atreus, our boy, isn't a demigod. He is a full-fledged god because both his parents are gods, just from different nations. And the giants, with the power of foresight, foretold his coming. Turns out they called him Loki. So we know that Loki is the god of mischief. And this is interesting. I think it's very interesting. I'm kind of at a point where I'm questioning if Boy is even Kratos' son. I'm wondering if Faye is like Odin's ex, wanted to get the fuck away from him, used the magic of the trees to conceal herself, cooked Kratos into a relationship, and we've been bringing up Odin's son this entire time. I feel like that could be a great plot twist that's on its way. And then at the very end of the game, we get a flash vision of the god of thunder himself, Thor, showing up. So that's kind of the full summary. I'm sorry about like the boring screen. I would have just done like a video of me talking about it, but unfortunately I'm working with the PlayStation 4 here. I don't have the capability to do that. Okay, we have to work with what we got. But that's a summary of God of War and everything you need to know up until this point. I am stupid fucking excited to play this game. Holy shit, I could not get any more pumped. I'm after talking about the goddamn game for the last 20 minutes straight. I have a little bit of a prediction I'm after sharing, so I really want to just end this video right now and get straight into playing the goddamn game, because holy shit, if you aren't fucking pumped, I don't know how you're not, genuinely. So I'm gonna make sure I have this saved so I can keep this as part of the series. And yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I need to save this. Fuck. I need to save this before I end it. Okay, it's saved. Perfect. Thanks so much, guys. Peace out, and I will catch you soon.